woman poured sulfuric acid on her husband. Yes, I said it. A woman pours sulfuric acid on her husband. So let's get right over into that video and finish it up for today. But let's get into it.
A shocking case out of Pasco County tonight where a woman is accused of dousing her husband with sulfuric acid. Hello, I'm Keith Kate.
And I'm Paola Lucero. Thank you for joining us.
Question. What made her do it? That's always a good question. What made her dump sulfuric acid? Was it cheating? Something like that? It's never a good reason. Never a good reason, but there has to be a reason. Well, there doesn't have to be. She could just be a crazy woman. We've got to be honest. She could be a crazy woman. Let's keep going.
Deputies say she barricaded the bedroom door, trapping him inside until deputies rescued him. News Channel 8's Georgia MacArthur joins us live from Tampa General, where the victim is currently being treated. Georgia, any idea how the victim's doing tonight?
Well, Keith and Paola, we are told that the victim who was flown here to Tampa General Hospital is in critical condition. Now, investigators did not reveal a motive today, but through court records, we learned that the victim recently filed for a divorce, and today the couple was supposed to have a divorce hearing in family court. Inside the new Port Richey home, still taped off with a biohazard warning and an orange sticker, deeming it unsafe. Detectives say Sean Ying, he poured sulfuric acid on her husband, Robert Hayden, while he slept.
He was suffering burns over most of his body, chemical burns.
Investigators say he told 911 operators she poured it on Hayden to hurt him and that she tried to kill him several times.
It does appear we've been out there numerous times for verbal domestics. It does not appear to be any arrests were made. However, there was some domestic issues at that residence.
Court records show the couple married just last August, and the victim filed for divorce back in March.
He met her online. He met her on the internet, and they were going to get married. And I said, oh, my God, how do you just meet somebody on the internet?
In court today, he sobbed uncontrollably as she faced a judge.
Additionally, to make the court aware, after meeting with one of the investigating detectives earlier this morning, there's a very high probability that the charges will soon be upgraded due to the fact that the victim may soon pass.
Absolutely crazy. She's over there bawling her eyes out now after she dumps sulfuric acid on him sleeping. And he filed for divorce. And what I've known, it takes a lot for a man. What I've heard, I don't know because I'm not married, but what I've heard is that it takes a lot for a man to file divorce. It does. Women are the majority of people who file divorces. But he filed for divorce. I wonder what was going on in the household. They mentioned domestic, but they said that she tried to kill him several times. And they've only been married since August. Not the last August, so a year, just over a year now that they've been married. Absolutely crazy. Known and married, matter of fact. Known and married. You got to be careful, y'all. You have to be careful who you pick as a spouse, men and women. Because you never know what can happen. We don't know. But like I said, we don't know the facts. We don't know if he was doing something to her or she was doing something to him. All we're hearing is the initial stuff of where she tried to hurt him several times. He filed for divorce. But that is a crazy situation. A crazy situation. Now here's a question. So we got to see sulfuric acid. See, you hear about this kind of stuff in movies, but you wouldn't think real life. Let's see what it does. Pouring sulfuric acid on a person causes severe chemical burns, thermal burns, and that can lead to permanent disfigurement, blindness, permanent organ damage, and death. The concentration of the acid and the amount of time it remains on the skin is the biggest factor in determining the severity of the damage. So you got immediate pain, immediate and painful damage, When concentrated sulfuric acid touches the skin, it causes twofold chemical attack: dehydration and corrosive. What is it? Corrosive. I can never say that word. Corrosive. There it is. Corrosive burns. The acid aggressively pulls water out the skin and underlying tissue. This results in severe, deep, and painful burns known as necrotic burns. And then you got secondary thermal burns. The chemical reaction of the acid mixing with the water in the human tissue releases large amounts of heat, which creates a secondary thermal burn. So you got potential injuries and complications. Golly, it's a lot of things. Long-term consequences. Let me show y'all what I'm looking at so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But it's some of the things that happen because of this is outrageous. So we got the short term, the potential injuries and complications. You got skin, the acid destroys the tissue. Eyes, if the acid reaches the eyes, it can cause severe burns. Respiratory tract, if it inhales the toxic mix of fumes, it causes severe irritation and swelling. Ingestion, systematic effects, and you got long-term permanent scarring and disfigurement. Narrowing of the esophagus, vision loss, chronic respiratory, and emotional psychological trauma. Godly. It's a crazy world. It's a crazy world that we live in. It is truly wild. Now we just got to wait to see what happens to her. What kind of charges she get? If he dies, then that's murder. Can they get it as murder one, saying that it was planned out? Maybe. They maybe can. If they get, especially when they said that she tried to kill him several times. And at the end of the day, y'all, just be careful who you decide to marry and spend the rest of your life with, or try to spend the rest of your life with, because you never know. They said they was known and married for a year now. Now she up there bawling her eyes out because she just poured sulfuric acid on you while you're sleeping. Tragic stories all around. But like I say, y'all, tell me what your thoughts are. Tell me if you disagree with any of the things I said. At the end of the day, all this terrible stuff, we just got to review the world together. Good morning. All right, everybody. Remember, this is AC Reviews the World. Remember to like and subscribe.